Crypto holders, is it over? Finally, peace in the Middle East, baby, or not? We got lots to talk about here. Most recent developments over the last 24 hours. Obviously, the markets have been loving the peace in the Middle East narrative that's currently going around. So that's fantastic. Let's see what happens over the next couple days here. Obviously, tensions still remain pretty high. A lot of egos have been hurt in different places and all that kind of stuff. So we got that. We got the Bitcoin charts. We got crypto news, man. It's getting crazy out here at these treasury companies. It's bonkers stuff, man. We got some altcoin charts. We got a lot of stuff to get into, so we better get gosh darn into it. So shout out to everybody joining the chat, by the way. I see you guys. Your questions, second half of the stream, as always. So let's do it. That looks really bad. You should go long equities anyway. If we die, it won't matter. But if we don't, you'll be rich. It's so true. So true. Percentage of things happening. Nothing. Dad, what'd you do in World War III? I longed a metric ton of shit coins. Okay, so look, yesterday, Iran fired a bunch of missiles at U.S. air bases in Qatar and Iraq. Those were intercepted. Nobody died. Things generally ended up being okay. Airspaces were closed temporarily. Things are kind of back to normal. A ceasefire is supposed to be taking place. I got some updates on that. But Trump said, congratulations to everyone. It's been fully agreed between Israel and Iran. There'll be complete and total ceasefire in about 12 hours time from 6 p.m. last night. We've now crossed over that by a little bit. Netanyahu says he agrees to the ceasefire. Apparently, there were some ballistic missiles that came in from Iran right around the time the ceasefire was supposed to start. So apparently, Israel's sent planes out to strike Iran again. President Trump warning Israel to not drop the bombs. It'll be a major violation. Whether or not Trump actually stands up to Israel in any meaningful way, if they do it, it's a whole other conversation. So look, tensions remain very high. Both sides, a lot of people have been killed. So let's hope that cooler heads will prevail, that Donald Trump actually gets the ceasefire and a peace deal and tensions cool in the Middle East, man. Gosh darn it. Hopefully, this nothing escalates here and the ceasefire, maybe a few last little bomberoonies between each other, and then everybody chills the F out and things are fine. Everybody has to have the last word, don't they? I have to bomb last. No, I have to bomb last. No, I need to bomb you last. Anyway, Iran's military is a joke. Iran's answer made no sense for me. It was theater. It was theater. The Iranians don't really want to have the United States invade their country and bomb the living shit out of everything. It was theater. So then they go back to the domestic audience. See, look, we took it to the Americans. All the missiles that Iran shot at Qatar were intercepted, by the way. So it's kind of a bit of theater. They told the Qataris in advance. Everybody knew it was coming. Missile defense systems are ready. They shot them all down. Bada bing, bada boom. Did they cancel flights in Dubai? They shut the airspace down for a few hours. Then it reopened. So a lot of flights were kind of rerouted, landed somewhere else, refueled or whatever, or circled around, then came back a few hours later. So most people got where they were going. Anyway, in theory, everything should be good now. Let's see how it goes. Bitcoin bears right now. Come on, Ayatollah, do something. Look, peace is good for everybody. Peace is good for markets. Screw the bears. You're filthy animals. Stop. Currently, by the way, stock market futures are up 0.8% today. Bonkers crazy stuff, guys. After markets surged yesterday into the close, after the Qatar stuff happened, this happened. Okay, check this out. Futures are up today, 0.8%. We are now like, 1.5% away from new all-time highs for the stock market. Oil dropped about 9% yesterday and about another 3% down in futures today. This is the market telling you very clearly. And we've been talking about this, by the way. We have been talking about this here on the channel nonstop during this conflict, during all this stuff, trying to keep you guys sane. And what I've been saying the entire time, the market is calling bullshit on World War III. Now, obviously, Bitcoin and crypto dumped a bit on Sunday over the sort of Straits of Hormuz closing threat when nothing else was open. So, of course, crypto markets are going to dump. But even then, they didn't dump all that much. Bitcoin only went down to 98K. That's nothing. It's nothing, man. So far, markets are saying, yes, ceasefire is good. Ceasefire is going to hold. Everything's going to be fine. And the world's going to be a good place again. Okay? Okay. Guys, if you are trading these crazy, crazy markets, you want a good place to do that at. That place is called BitUnix. It is the top place to be trading crypto coins these days, where I'm doing most of my trading these days. If you want to join me trading over on BitUnix, here's how you can do it. There's a link right down below. No KYC, no VPN. You can just come, enjoy, trade, have a good time. That's it. That's it. Very, very simple. You can get $2,000 in trading rewards. The more you trade, the more money you get back in your account. You get up to $400 in deposit bonuses. This is the really crazy one because you deposit $1,000, you get $200 back. You deposit $2,000, you get $400 back. Okay, and we're giving away $1,000 a day during the live streams. Okay, this is Tuesday, Monday to Friday. So since it's Tuesday, we're giving away $1,000 today. 2 lucky winners. Now we're starting on the new week's spreadsheet. So we have 58 people on this spreadsheet. All look like valid entries. So let's see what we get going on here. Let's see which numbers we get. 23 and 47. 23. Look at this. That's crazy. Here you go, buddy. See quite a few small deposit amounts here. Rock and roll. Well, you put in $28, you got $500 back, man. Not bad. Not bad. And the other number was 47. 47 here. Oh boy, this guy put in a lot. Holy cow. Well, you got an extra $500. It's going to cover some trading fees for you for a few days. So there you go. Somebody put in a couple $100. They won big. Not even a couple $100. Was it? Someone put in $30 and won $500. Someone put in a lot more and won $500. Congratulations to both winners. User ID 959472114 and user ID 532748187. Obviously, we're not sharing email addresses. So you have to go check your user ID because we're trying to preserve people's privacy here. And by the way, you'll claim that in the My Rewards section. So it won't be available immediately. It's a spreadsheet, guys. We're doing it all manually. So the team will put that up there like later today or tomorrow. So check back for that. Okay. $500 in your My Rewards section. Thanks, guys, over at BitUnix for giving away some free money again. Fantastic stuff. Link down below if you want to get in for the next raffle. Okay. So Federal Reserve Michelle Bowman calls for interest rate cut in July due to tariffs possibly having smaller effect than expected. By the way, we got 2 weeks till the tariff deadline. Let's see what happens. Bitcoin currently at $105,000. Epic daily candle yesterday going from $99 to $106,000 during the day. Beautiful $6,000 candle. Nice stuff. Now, this gets us back over the 50 and the 20-day EMA. I would not be surprised to see price retest the 50 again here at 103. That would not shock me. Okay, let's see if we can maintain momentum above these key EMAs here. We are probably, if momentum can continue, it's a big reversal, obviously. If momentum can continue, we're probably 2 or 3 days away from a bullish MACD crossover happening right around the zero line. So it's an interesting place for it to be happening. Okay, let's see how it goes. Texas allocating $10 million to buy Bitcoin for its Bitcoin strategic reserve, potentially making it the first U.S. state to buy Bitcoin. Nice. Nice. 5G IoT chipmaker Sequan's $384 million Bitcoin treasury plan. That's a French publicly listed company. That's crazy stuff, man. Another company buying a shit ton of Bitcoin. Leading Land Rover and Jaguar restoration company ECD Automotive Design has secured a $500 million equity facility with ECDA Bitcoin Treasury LLC to support ECD's Bitcoin Treasury strategy. Man, it just keeps coming. Just keeps coming. Where is this? I am bullish for the short term. Bullish for the short term. We're getting a resolution to the conflict in the Middle East. We likely have rate cuts coming soon. And hopefully, and we're going to dive into a video for this because we're 2 weeks away from the big trade deal stuff. We have to have some trade deals announced in the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, the tariff conversation could become more problematic once again in early July, which could be short-term bearish. Anyway, short-term bullish. I think we have a lot of positive catalysts lining up with tariff resolution, geopolitics resolution, potentially a rate cut coming, which could get markets a little bit excited. And we don't need rate cuts, but it's probably coming anyway. So that's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Plus you've got altcoin ETFs probably getting approved in the not so distant future. Okay, guys, lots of positive things. By the way, guys, you're not in the Facebook group yet. Come hang out. It's a good time. We're sharing charts over there. People hanging out. You can share your charts over there as community. Hop in. Have a good time. Link down below in the description if you want to check that out. Tech dev, reevaluate your top calls. I agree. This is the business cycle down here. Look at this. Bitcoin, risk assets more broadly, not just Bitcoin. When do they top? At the top of the business cycle. When do they not top? When the business cycle looks like that. That's not when risk assets top. Risk assets, they top up here, not down here. Are we currently up here? No, we're currently all the way down here. Do with that information what you will. Ethereum, what's interesting about this recent move is Ethereum came all the way back down here to retest 2,100 bucks, which is incredible. And that's what I said, guys. If we break out of that range, we're going down to 2,100 bucks. That's exactly what happened. Okay, it's exactly what happened. Why is this a critical level? And of course, a actual beautiful bullish retest from the initial breakout. 2,100 bucks was resistance here, support here, support here, support here, support here, support here, and here, resistance here, and here, support here. And if we keep going back, you can find even more confluence here. So resistance here, support here. You know, it's got a lot of price history. It's a very important level here for Bitcoin. Large to see Anthony Pompliano raising $1 billion. I did see that, man. Again, so many Bitcoin treasury companies. Hard to even keep track of what's going on, man. It's bonkers, crazy stuff right now. But anyway, crazy retest here for ETH. Beautiful bounce off of that key level of price support. World War III at world ending. Oh my gosh. And we only got down to 2,100 bucks on ETH. Look at that. Boom. Price bounced pretty hard here off of the fear on Sunday. Now we come to our critical level here because right now Ethereum smashing into the 50-day. We've got a lot of resistance, let's say, in this area. I'm going to put this on here as well. So this was previous support back in here for this entire range that lasted from the 10th of May until the 20th of June. So a 6-week consolidation breakdown. Okay. We're now retesting the bottom of that. 50-day EMA price now struggling to get over that. 220-day directly above it. Okay. So we need to actually see the bulls step up a little bit here and push a bit further. Okay. It's a good reminder. Drink water, hydrate, guys. Now, if there's going to be a rejection or a pullback of any kind, this is where you'd expect it to happen right here. So if bulls can step it up and continue and get a daily candle close above the 50-day EMA, that would get us above this sort of support zone, which is now resistance, and would get us above, of course, the 50-day EMA, which is resistance of itself. So that needs a daily candle close around sort of like 2450, let's say. And that would say, okay, let's see what happens here, right? Anyway, if we get rejected here, pull back to 2350 or something like that wouldn't be too crazy or out of the question, okay? Or we could even bull flag here before pushing up through the resistance bands there. So let's see what happens. Japan's Financial Services Agency is proposed classifying crypto under the Financial Instruments and Exchange Act, a major shift that could legalize Bitcoin ETFs, replace the current 55% tax. That's insanity, with a 20% flat tax on crypto, aka Japan's back in the game. They're going to go nuts, okay? Pratik, stop spamming the question, man. I answered it a few minutes ago. If you missed it, go back and listen to it again. I'm drinking tap water. Tap water is also great. Apparently, bottled water has full of microplastics. I don't even get it. Guess it's the lids. Lids have, you just can't win, man. It's microplastics are effing everywhere, man. I'm here just waiting for the Say chart. We're talking about Say today. I've seen the price explosion. I know what you guys are talking about. It's actually crazy. Well, we'll get to it in a second. It was actually crazy. I actually bought some more Say last night at like 21 cents. Like, I'm just going to buy some more Say. Boom. Should have bought more. Oh, well, anyway. It's all good, man. It's all good. We're going to get to that in a second for you guys. So just hold on. Just hold on. Say is the number 2 EVM chain by users right now. Okay. Top EVM chains on the move. 8.16 million by unique active weekly users over the last 30, or unique active user last 30 days. So Say 8.16 million, base 17.2. These are EVM chains, obviously not counting Solana or, some of their stuff, but big. It's big, man. Very, very big. Very, very big. Very cool. Price obviously just ripping today. Beautiful to see. Now it's a big move here on Say. Actually pushing it straight up into overbought territory, but a bit too hard, too fast, let's say. Last time this kind of move happened was here back in early May, where price went from 19 cents up to, well, basically the same level of 28 cents. Anyway. Is there any inverse head shoulder coming up for Bitcoin on a much higher time frames? Yes, I'm gonna make a video about that in a few days. I'm not gonna talk about it in today's video, but we're gonna make a video on that. So keep an eye out for that. Don't worry, there's no rush on it. So great breakout. Look at this. Price broke out from the downtrend, retested the downtrend and the 20-day EMA at the same time. Now we got a 20 and 50-day EMA crossover happening. That's bullish. MACD bullish crossover happened a few days ago. RSI control line crossover the other day as well. So a lot of things pointing in the right direction. I worry because we're getting overbought on the RSI already. Doesn't mean the price can't push higher, but becomes a little more, something. Oh, there's a little bit of something in the background there. Keep a little caution on me. It's an epic daily move. So let's see if we can close the daily above the 200, and then I critically stay above it, not just jump off the cliff tomorrow. Then probably pretty bullish setup here for Say. So let's see how that goes here over the next few days. But yeah, market's loving it. I think a lot of people are starting to talk about it, which is good stuff. All right, a couple more charts here. Look at this guy, Steven 9000. He says, I spent the last week in New York City meeting with Ava Labs, the foundation, VCs, and fund managers, and heard 4 pitches from people raising to be the micro strategy of AVAX. Everyone targeting raises of $100 to $500 million. If we get 4 companies buying $500 million of AVAX, AVAX has a $10 billion market cap. That's 20% of supply. Now, obviously, not all these companies are going to get that kind of money, but that's insane. Plus, we're getting an ETF for AVAX. Maybe the price will finally do something. Oh, my God. I literally could have bought bonds, man. Literally could have bought bonds. Outperformed AVAX up until this point. Day's gonna come, isn't it? One of these days. Anyway, price action right now still pretty lame on AVAX overall. It's still trading at the 20-day, 50-day, 200-day, like a lot of coins right now. Let's say a bit of bullish hopium here for you. We got a control line breakout on the RSI. We got potential MACD bullish crossover coming next few days. As long as Iran and Israel don't start bombing the living shit out of each other again, we should, in theory, be set up for some continued relief in markets over the coming days and weeks. Okay? That being said, key factor right now for this is to actually get the price to get out of the damn downtrend. Look. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That was kind of whatever. Lower high down or lower low down here. Currently in lower high situation. So we got a ways to go before we can say, hey, the breakout's really here and happening. So $19, 20-day EMA, that's probably a good long scenario if you're looking for a nice breakout move there. Lark, what's your price target for Say? I mean, honestly, I'd love to see it at like $2. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I mean, that's, sort of not like tomorrow, right? That's more like, hey, cycle bullish. I mean, it's only $1 billion market cap currently. Can it get to $10 billion? I mean, good God. Again, guys, if Cardano has taught us anything, it has taught us that we need to dream bigger. Okay? Charles and his beard literally manifested that motherfucker to like $100 billion last cycle. And it didn't even have smart contracts, man. It's a smart contract blockchain that after 5 or 6 years didn't even have smart contracts yet, and they sent it to $100 billion. Make it make sense. So yeah, to see, say, 10x from here is not that insane of a theory. Just FYI. I think $2 is possible. I don't think it's a wild theory at all, personally. So we'll see. Be nice. Be very nice. Let's see what happens. Anyway, there we are right now for AVAX. XRP, we'll just do a couple quick charts here for you guys. XRP, I mean, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? How these charts work. Look at this. Downtrend chart, breakout attempt, retest, second retest on the same downtrend line. Very strong cover yesterday, going from $1.95 up to $2.15, 20-cent gain here for XRP. Currently putting a daily candle in above the 200-day EMA, struggling at the 20 and 50-day. Let's see what happens. Now, you guys remember, yesterday we put in a trigger order for XRP, $2.09. It's currently in profit by about 9 cents, so not bad. Not a bad move here for XRP. Let's see if it can stay above the 200-day EMA. If it does, well, maybe, just maybe, we get lucky and we see this kind of situation repeat. Remember what was this? This was, oh yeah, Trump announcing his tariff liberation day. That was what this dip was about. Quickly recovered and price absolutely soared afterwards. So if we see this went from $1.95 up to $2.60. So you know what? I'm gonna dream big here, guys. I put my take profit order in for XRP at $2.60. As long as Israel and Iran don't start bombing the shit out of each other again. Hopefully I don't get stopped out and we can actually ride this thing a bit higher. But hey, let's just see what happens first time. Let's not get too excited. But still, structurally, XRP remains a very clean chart and a great coin to trade. So keep an eye on it. Love looking at the chart. Doing good things over there. Litecoin, also very interesting chart here. Big response yesterday off of this lower support line here. Obviously, we wicked under that a little bit, but nice bounce here, right back up to the 20-day EMA, which is a logical place to see price resistance forming up at. Let's see if we can now then put a candle above that. So if you're late to this, you're thinking, well, should I get in now? No, now's not the ideal time to get in because we're right at resistance, literally, okay? What I would do if I were trading this, I would wait for, let's say, 86, put in a trigger order at 86, and then a stop loss at like 84. Something like that. So that would be, if it pulls back that much, it's probably getting rejected again from the 20-day EMA. It's not really breaking out. But if you catch a move up to 86 and it does actually break out, well, then you've got a trade on your hands potentially. With, of course, take profits right the way up here at 94 and 107 or whatever. Pepe, see a lot of coins pulling back after their monster run yesterday. Pepe, no exception, remains in a pretty solid downtrend overall, unfortunately, but hey, that's how a lot of coins are looking right now. No fault of Pepe's. That's just the beast right now. You can see here critical price support here and here, now turning into price resistance here and here. 20-day EMA up here at 0.0000106. Let's say need to get above that, ideally above 20-day EMA to really say, hey, Pepe's exciting. Let's trade the heck out of this bad boy again. I've been accumulating spot Pepe, by the way. That's just sort of buy, hold. That's gonna be one of my meme coin bets. I know it's not the highest, like, oh my gosh, not get 1,000x or 100x or even a 50x or 20x out of it, but if I can get like a clean 5x on Pepe, I'm pretty happy. Size it up accordingly and let's see what happens. Okay, right. Let's get over you guys' questions before I spend too much time rambling on a bunch of charts. Let's do that. Get your red light hats on, everybody. It's time. Let's have that sparkling water. Get some more microplastics in my body. Can't avoid it. It's in a can. Plastic lining, microplastics. Apparently, glass bottles are worse for microplastics. It's fucking everywhere. Because of this. The lid, it's got plastic in it, man. Right in there. You see that? Apparently, that gets even worse in the ball than putting the whole gosh darn all the water in plastic itself. Plastic bottles, somehow, I saw some report. I don't know. I got to go read that thing. It doesn't make any sense. How can it possibly be that putting your water in a glass bottle with a plastic sealer on the lid somehow has more microplastics in the water than putting it in a literal plastic bottle itself? Doesn't even make any sense. I call bullshit. You know what? You know what this is? This is propaganda. This is propaganda from the plastic industry. They're doing it again. It's got to be. It's got to be. No way. Come on, glass bottle industry, fight back. Get some good propaganda your own going. Anyway, we're getting off. Justin, what's up? Join in on the Facebook stream, man. I see you. Can we look at the SAY chart again? Sure. Let's just put it up behind us. Appreciate it. Here we go. Enjoy. Shape of the hat. It is quite the hat, man. It's quite the hat. Needs all that space in there for light, though. Don't microwave plastic. Oh, yeah, a lot of things. But, man, it's just, you think about how much plastic is around you in life. It's crazy. Lark, you should sleep with some bears because you're way too bullish during the ongoing war. And also the tariff deals are not made yet. Well, some of the tariff deals have been made, and they have 2 weeks probably to rush through some deals at the last minute. So, look, I understand. There's risks. You know what? Risks always remain in the markets, okay? Every single day, every single time, there are risks in the markets, okay? Maybe Israel and Iran don't pull forward with a ceasefire, and they keep dropping bombs on each other, and then shit escalates again, or right back to square effing one. Sure. Why not? Has that happened yet? No. Let's see how it plays out. So far, it looks like there's pushes for peace on all sides. Obviously, the Iranians and the Israelis are both difficult characters and have big egos, so there's a lot of bravado going on. Will tariff deals get made? Sure. Sure, I think we've already had a few decent deals be made, but we need a few more to be made. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we'll probably see a bunch of announcements over the next week or two that we see a bunch of deals being made. Will all the deals be made? No, but it seems like most of the deals are being made. So I don't think that's a situation. And this is the thing, Pratik. You know, everybody wants to invest when it feels safe. That's the problem. You see, because when there's a definitive ceasefire in the Middle East, which it seems like so far there's a ceasefire, is it holding? Are there going to be some back and forth before more pressure's put on to get guys chill the F out, stop bombing each other? We'll see. Okay. Okay. You know what? Just don't buy anything. Wait for the tariff deals to all be announced and watch the markets pumping and watch everything go up another 10, 20%. Then you can buy. Well, you know, maybe you shouldn't buy there. Maybe you should wait for the interest rate cut. Market's up another 10%. You know what? Don't wait for the interest rate cut. Wait for the, I don't know, next US GDP prediction. Wait for the next whatever. Wait for this and that and the other thing. And before you know it, the only time you're buying is the absolute pico top because all the confirmations are in. Everything's priced into the market. Every market, okay, every bull market climbs the wall of worry. And it's a saying for a reason because it's never safe to invest. If investing was safe, everybody would fucking do it and everybody would be rich. Investing involves continual risks. It's your question whether the risks are worth taking or not. Okay. Lark, why did you decide to make a Facebook page? Why not? Why not? It's time. It's time. I was trying to build out more of my social media platforms. And we're trying to build out an Instagram for, you know, one of these days I'm going to probably have to do LinkedIn. No, LinkedIn's the devil. I can't. It's even worse than Facebook. Look, the reality is a lot of people are hanging out on Facebook. So trying to build a community over there for people to hang out who want to hang out. I know. Ooh, Facebook, boo. But you know, a lot of people hang out there. So it is what it is, guys. And for people who are hanging out there, if you want to hang out, go check out our Facebook page. Okay, there you go. I had a 6-figure gain on SAY today, unrealized though. What up? What up? Love it. I heard that the owner of the largest network of drug shops, pharmacies, he's talking about pharmacies, is launching a coin called MORI. What do you think about that? Is it worth investing in? My guess, Eugene, is that it probably goes to zero extremely quickly. extremely quickly. Okay, who the hell is going to use Mori coin? Oh, use Mori coin and get a 5% discount or something at this shop or whatever. Is that even going to be legal to do in Russia? I know that Russia's passed laws about internally payments not being allowed in crypto coins. So what's the point of this coin going to be? Is it like a loyalty card or something? And what's that actually be worth? I don't know. Sure as hell isn't a coin I'd buy, man. No effing way. Good luck if you buy it, though. Any stable coins backed by silver? Nope. Interesting idea, though, isn't it? Problem is silver's heavy and not that expensive. It's interesting. I had a lot of silver, didn't bring it to Dubai with me, so I sold it before we left New Zealand. But you think about a kilo of silver, what was it worth? Was it 440 New Zealand dollars? I think it was like 400 US dollars or 600 New Zealand, something like that. And I'd look at it and think, damn, it's interesting. This piece of metal in my hand, this kilo of metal, it's worth a few $100, but try to scale that up and have $1,000,000 worth of silver. That's a lot of silver, man. Now it's scaled up to back a stable coin at $1 billion worth of silver. You're gonna have an entire warehouse of pallets and pallets and pallets of silver to back your stable coin. You got to pay for security and all this other stuff. It becomes very problematic. Gold's better. A gold-backed stable coin would be a much cleverer idea, just from overhead fees perspective. And you got to put insurance on it and all that stuff and blah blah blah. You can just buy U.S. Treasuries, man. And of course you're backing your coin with stable coin with silver, but it doesn't generate any yield for you. In fact, you have extensive costs for holding that silver. There's probably a reason why no one's done this yet. Whereas the thing about Tether's business model, they take your cash, they buy U.S. Treasuries with it, which doesn't cost them anything to hold. In fact, they earn 4.5% or whatever for holding those Treasuries while giving you a stable coin that generates no yield. Effing genius. BIOS, Virgin, Axelrod to the moon. Yes. AI agents, man. Let's go. Didn't Iran violate? Apparently they did, or I don't know. It's not exactly clear what happened, that maybe the Iranians sent in missiles just before the ceasefire was supposed to end, or I don't know. Israelis are responding, apparently, but Donald Trump's saying, don't you respond. Don't take the bait. Hard to say. There's hardliners right across the way in some generals like, nah, screw it, man, let's just launch some missiles. We don't want to ceasefire. But then the political class trying to negotiate a ceasefire. It's a complicated situation, but ceasefire never worked. Iran still has their uranium. It's not over. If Israel violates the ceasefire, we are not so back. Can we see a rate cut in July? Well, according to Michelle Bowman from the Federal Reserve, we've covered this in the video already. She's saying she's calling for interest rate cuts in July. And I think, is it Waller from the Federal Reserve? He's also saying July we should do an interest rate cut. Russia to supply nuclear warheads. Well, Medvedev said that, not Putin. There's a big difference. See, Medvedev isn't in political office anymore. Medvedev is kind of like Putin's chihuahua. Big loud bark, but can't really do anything. So don't take what Medvedev says super seriously, okay? Just FYI. He talks a lot of bullshit. If you watch all the stuff he says over time, that dude talks a lot of shit. Just, putting that out there. Breaking news, more tariff deals are coming in just 2 weeks. Is that from a Trump tweet? There you go. James says, Lark, I bought more smoking chicken fish yesterday. I'm praying for you, man. I'm praying for you. I've been out of that for a long time. Took the loss, moved on with my life. I've really been reflecting over the past few weeks, especially now that I'm going to I'm not taking time off for making videos, but I'm going to be on the road a little bit, seeing family and stuff like that. But just to simplify things, it's my full-time job doing crypto, and there's still too many moving pieces to watch all the time. So really, I'm trying to continue to consolidate down my coins, total number of coins in the portfolio, just trying to keep squeezing. Realistically, I still have like 15 coins. I don't need 15 coins, do I? Probably get by just fine with 10 plus, Bitcoin, Ethereum / 13, isn't it? Maybe 10 plus Bitcoin. That's a reasonable number. Anyway, plus you can have a few sort of speculative bets on AI agents or meme coins or something like that. But man, it's just, I find it honestly, for me, it becomes a distraction. Too many charts to watch, too many things going on. And like something like a meme coin, I'm really not going to, I might put a few K into it or something like that, but I'm not going to dump like serious money in. Just it's too risky. It's not worth it. It's too distracting for me. And then, even if I make a little bit of money on it, was it worth the distraction that it caused? Or if I lose a bit of money on it, definitely wasn't worth the distraction of just paying attention to that chart and thinking about it. And so I'm trying to simplify my portfolio more with, more high conviction bets like Pepe, for example, or Pengu or Solana. Lark, did you see the Solana partnership with Paxos and a big firm? I have not seen that. Thoughts on Quant? It has its moments of being popular, but I haven't really thought about it in a while, to be honest. I think it doesn't have the sort of mind share that it had a couple years ago. When Banana Zone? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. No, look, the reality is that this cycle has been a very interesting one. There's been a lot of time-based capitulation and price-based capitulation too for altcoins. Obviously, Bitcoin's a more time-based capitulation overall. So it's been interesting to see how the market's been flowing more generally. But there will be a time when we get some real crazy stuff going on, simply from the perspective that liquidity and greed and whatever reach such a crazy point. And if you think that's not going to happen, I would just like to say, guys, think about what's going on right now, okay? Global M2 is still pumping. The Fed is easing restrictions on banks to buy more treasuries, pump more money into the system, okay? That's QE by another name, essentially. We have altcoin ETFs coming soon, which is going to bring billions into altcoins specifically. Pump your altcoin bags. We have altcoin treasury companies. We shared about AVAX today. We have Solana. We have Ethereum. We have BitTensor. We have Fetch. We have Hype. I mean, there's so many altcoins getting added into company treasuries right now. It's going to be absolutely bonkers crazy. And so many of these companies are just going to wash out. And this is, again, it's the toxic leverage of the cycle. The fact is, though, is that this toxic leverage of all these corporates issuing out debt and taking on these treasuries and shit like this, when the time comes that we start seeing real inflection points around this stuff and huge money actually flowing in, this is going to push the prices absolutely bonkers crazy zone. And then retail comes in to buy the top, okay? Because they always do. That's when the big money starts piling in, and there will be a huge markup period when that happens. Flip side, when markets cool off, when we run out of buyers, these companies, most of them will not sell. And most of them will lose their shirts on these altcoins that are going to go 90% under their buy price. And they're going to capitulate and not be able to repay the debt they took on and go bankrupt, or they will have rehypothecated, or they'll lend them out to DeFi, or the DeFi platforms get hacked, or they just steal it and run away, move to Venezuela. I don't know. There's going to be some bullshit going on, though. But the Banana Zone is going to be accompanied by that toxic leverage. It'll be a big factor in it. Okay. Paxos Gold versus Tether Gold. I mean, yeah, both good. Both good. I would happily buy either of them. I think having looked into both of them extensively in the past, I don't currently own either of them, but having looked into them both extensively in the past, I think they're both fine. They're both fine. They're both fine bets. I don't see a problem with either one of those. Just depends on I'm not sure. I haven't looked at liquidity recently, to be honest. Probably go with whichever one has better liquidity and better sort of, exchange integration and stuff like that. So you can actually, buy and sell it without much slippage. Are there stable coins backed by silver? There are a couple. But I would never buy any. They look like absolute dog shit with almost zero liquidity, zero volume. So no one serious is doing silver. Stable coins, but, silver proxy coins. Okay. I just saw a news girl from AP saying Israel's saying Iran violated the ceasefire and fired rockets. Let's see. You know, Trump's trying to call him back, saying, Israel, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't take the bait. Let's catch up it here in the chat. Dubai is about to have the best firecracker show in the world. Ha, ha, ha. Let's all pray for peace, right? Guys, come on. Realistically, let's pray for peace. Peace is a fantastic thing. And obviously, tensions have been high in the region recently, but hopefully people chill out here in the not so distant future. Okay, that'd be good. Zbeck seems to be manipulated. I don't know anything about Zbeck, but you know, a lot of coins are. A lot of coins are, guys. Oh, up to 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna answer one more question. USA not looking so bad, Lark, huh? You know, John, it's all relative, man. I know people are always very quick to shit on everybody and everything and places and whatever whenever something starts going wrong, right? I get it. I get it. Oh, something happened there. See, it's a terrible place to be at. I love Dubai. I think Dubai is fantastic. And obviously, being neighbors with Iran is not fantastic. But, you know, let's not make it out that the USA is a perfect place or that the UK is a perfect place or wherever, right? Things can happen anywhere in the world. There's natural disasters, there's war, there's violent crime, whatever. Most important thing is that you're aware of the risks wherever you live. You try to minimize the risks to yourself and your family, make yourself safe in whatever bubble you live in the world. And of course, I wish that you have safety and security in your home and that you don't have any bad things happen. And of course, for everybody, everywhere to have peace. There you go. Thanks for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream and giving away $8,000. Thanks to the guys. BitUnix. Let's go. Peace.